What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Drawing with Jack. Here we are working on the merchandise for Cox in Space. This is a behind-the-scenes podcast for Cox in Space. I am your host and friend, Skip Marazi, here with my chick friend, Jack Haynes, the artist and illustrator for Cox in Space. I don't know what that means, Jack. I don't know what that means. My chick
Chuck
friend.
Chuck Chuck.
Chick friends, along with Aaron
Chuck Chuck
Cosby.
Chuck is a great band. Chuck 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 is a great band. Here, can I play some Chuck Chuck? Wait, no, I
We
can't.
probably can't because of we're now streaming live on YouTube, and that is
We
our
can
current medium.
we can recommend. We can
Absolutely recommend some chick, um, and we can show some of the views. As you can see, those of you at home who have caught the first episode in that fast lapse that we did, you can see that we've made quite a bit of progress. Oh, that's right. That's how you spell chick. Thank you. I knew that I knew the band through
look
you.
up those four songs,
Yeah,
everybody.
worth it. Uh, so yeah, and so you can see we've made quite a bit of progress on ours. The big deal here was making
Yeah,
making it look like ours, but also reference the original, the Los Pollos Hermanos with our Dos Pollos Hermanos, um,
it just
which
has like this squiggly purple line. I'm just
yeah,
gonna put a squiggly purple line on
squiggle purple
ours.
lines. Yeah, it doesn't have to be exactly like that. I'm happy with if you put a squiggle this purple line.
I'm squiggling a purple line.
Vaguely Hispanic, I guess, is the tone that they were going for.
Well, maybe not that kind.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, it doesn't have to be Hispanic. I mean, like, it can just be like a squiggly purple line.
well, the squiggly purple line that was put on there was supposed to be vaguely Hispanic. That was the because it's in New Mexico.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't want to like hate on things that are vaguely Hispanic. Like,
that's not
we
to
have vaguely Hispanic things,
to
so
to reference something. In my opinion, is not to hate on it. In a lot of ways,
right.
if you do it with the care and appreciation to the art that it is and who what it represents culturally, then I think that you're well within. Um,
Okay.
there is an idea in comedy, especially recently, that you cannot play someone outside of your own race because it's considered racist. And I would argue that you can play someone outside your race, you just cannot play them with hate. Because once you're mocking somebody, regardless of your race or mentality or orientation or whatever, it's not comedy anymore. You're just being a bully. But when you play somebody at the height of their intelligence, like Del Close was suggesting, that you can play anybody. Someone outside of your orientation, someone outside of your race, someone outside of your class, someone outside of your gender, and when you play that with sincerity and with appreciation for who they are, it's fair game. Can you make those lines a little fatter? I think that's the only
Yeah. In
the
fact,
big
I was
difference.
thinking that. Here, let me
Yeah.
go back and just make them all just like a little bit. I'm at 15. I'm gonna go up to 25.
That's perfect. Yeah, just a little and thicker.
And I
Um,
think they'll be
because and the thing with comedy is like you need all sorts of types of people, and on an improv team, you don't necessarily have all the types of people that you need. They're not standard cast. Especially in Chicago, it's going to be a lot of white guys.
See, I think in like
Yeah.
I think in a format like sketch comedy, it's definitely way more forgivable. I think, like in like a machine or industry like Hollywood, um, if you're like casting people who are outside of their
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, please just continue.
you
I
have
know where
more
you're
of a
going.
responsibility
Yeah.
to not.
100%.
Yeah,
If you have the ability to cast a project and make it happen, and we're not talking about,
give opportunities to those people
give
to
opportunities to the
play
people
their.
to do that,
Yeah,
whatever that is, the group that they represent. Absolutely. I'm talking about specifically improv comedy.
yeah,
There are people consider there's rules. You can't play outside your race, can't play outside your gender, can't play outside your orientation. And I'm like, like I did a scene this weekend that took place at the Great Wall of China, and the joke was how dumb the tourists were because they couldn't understand any of the people who were speaking Chinese. We had no Chinese speaking people on the team. I had to step up and play that character. So of course I did it. I just played him as the smartest person there, the most intelligent, Chinese speaker you could. And in some circles, I would be considered a racist for doing that. And to me, it was I mean, people were laughing, and the reason they were laughing is because the tourists were dumb, not because of anything I was doing as a Chinese man. So My poor interpretation of a Chinese man. That's what got me thinking of it. So like, that's why I'm like, something that is a reference to the way that Mexican restaurants do their signs. When you're trying to reference something that's, a Mexican restaurant, you need to do it represented in the same way that they do on the signs. So
Mhm.
that's, you're like, I don't want to be racist. I'm like, bro, I really don't think you are in paying tribute. That's one person's
Definitely
opinion
not.
on
Definitely
comedy.
not. Yeah, no. I mean, in like
Yeah, that looks cool.
sometimes in like calling things like I don't know, like Hispanic or black or
That's fair. That's
like
fair.
it's like you're really calling something that's like culturally like accessible to everything, and it's like I don't know, like you're like trying to make it into like not saying that this is what you're doing, but it's like I guess maybe it is like a fear that I have, where it's just like
Yeah,
you're trying to turn someone's culture or like trying to turn something that is accessible to everyone and maybe may be a part of like multiple cultures, and I'm just like ignorant because I just attribute it to like Hispanic culture. Um,
it could be that. Yeah, and stereotypes. You do have to be careful of doing and playing stereotypes because not everybody's like that. Especially when
right.
those stereotypes, and this is the point directly I was making, was like when they're harmful to other people or they make that group look bad. First of all, that's easy comedy. And not very intelligent. And secondly, it's not true. So, and people kind of know
That's true.
that. And so that's where, like, in comedy, as long as you're coming from a place that's not hate, especially from an improviser, and you're doing it
Yeah.
for that respect of that culture, the respect of that group of people, then absolutely. Yeah, like I disagree with people comedians in groups of schools that say that. Aaron, what do you think
Yeah.
as a stand-up?
I mean, we are playing roosters.
Right, yeah, exactly. That's a
Are
great.
we being specious?
Right.
Uh,
So, right, yeah. Are we being speciesist by doing that? Should we not voice roosters because we're not roosters? That is a great example. I'm just like who else are we going to get to play roosters if not us? you know, and then the same
who
thing.
love and respect rooster culture.
Yeah,
Uh,
and we're doing it from the place of love with those guys. Aaron, you will be really excited to note, because this is the first time that we've met up since last week, that during this show, in the two that I got to do this weekend, I got to play dogs a couple of times. Um,
oh,
and first of all, my love of dogs, and secondly, so one of the dogs I played was Pip, the Chihuahua from the second episode. Um,
wonderful.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Because I was like called on to be a dog, and then I was going out there to do the bit, and then I was started doing the voice, and I was like, what voice is this? And then I'm like, oh, I'm a Chihuahua. I'm Pip the Chihuahua. And so that was such great fun for me. And should I not play a dog because I'm worried about people thinking that that I'm speciesist? Um,
Yes.
I mean, well, some people would say that. Absolutely, some people would say that, like in the non-goofy sense of the word. Um, yeah, absolutely. You should not play. And it was the same show that I got to play a Chinese man. And I did it with the same, like attention, care, and respect that I did with the dogs that I love. Um,
See, I think a lot of people, they look at statements from people like Scarlett Johansson saying that, like you should be able to play a tree if you want to play a tree. Which is just like, yeah, like nobody's saying you can't play a tree if you want to play a tree. It's just like,
but that was in response to her playing like a Chinese woman or something, like an Asian woman, right?
it's an Asian woman, and that's what I'm
Nah.
saying. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, Asian, or I don't know, like
There
people
are a
being given an
lot.
opportunity to
Yeah.
play their, yeah, it's like that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about people having the. I mean, it's like everybody has the opportunity to like sponsor their own like stupid bullshit or whatever. Not saying this shit is stupid or whatever. I don't know. It's just like everyone has the opportunity
But
to
you
do
did
whatever they want.
though.
Like nobody is saying that you don't have the right to like be a tree if you want to be a tree, or be Scarlett Johansson and like be an Asian woman if you want to like be an Asian woman in some kind of like thing.
Hmm.
But it's just like
Cloud Atlas. Cloud Atlas is a great example. Halle Berry plays a white person. Um, Right, like, and it does a fantastic job. Tropic Thunder, you have Robert Downey Jr. playing a black guy who's playing a white guy, and does a fantastic job with
Well,
that.
yeah, I mean, like as a commentary on,
Well, I mean specifically in that, yeah, absolutely. But it's necessary in Cloud Atlas because it's about this, how everybody's reborn a million times, and so Halle Berry has come back in different races, is one of the things that happens in that movie. So it's necessary to the movie. Um, Scarlett Johansson getting cast instead of a very talented Michelle Yeoh doesn't make any sense. Um,
or I mean, just like an unknown talented person, you know. I
well,
mean,
well,
and not even like that. It's
You
like
also have to sell
sure,
the movie.
that's the thing. You're running into a big
Scarlett
problem with.
Johansson can be casted whatever she wants to be, but it's just like making the statement that people should be able to play a tree. If it's like nobody said that you couldn't play a tree if you couldn't. It's like why can't you just admit that like maybe like people should have an opportunity to do things before you do if it gives them if it gives people that are underrepresented an opportunity. I mean, it's just like you have the opportunity to do all kinds of shit. You're Scarlett Johansson, and everyone has the opportunity to do all kinds of shit because technology has unleashed that avenue for everybody to have, you know, AI and green screens and a laptop that can do, I don't know, Cinema 4D and like all that shit. I don't know. It's just like people have opportunities to do shit, and it's not saying that they can't put it out there, or they can't like get it in front of people or whatever. It's just like, can we also make it a priority to give people that haven't had the representation an opportunity
Well,
instead of
here's
like
the thing.
deciding
Yeah, I wouldn't.
things that aren't an issue, like people being trees.
I wouldn't put that on Scarlett at all. Actually, that is on the casting director of that movie. The casting director should not be approaching Scarlett Johansson and offering her that role. Now,
Agreed.
yeah, I understand. Aaron's just said it, and I agree. They got to sell that movie. And
Right.
that the what and Scarlett Johansson as the main character who is Asian sold that movie. Because let's be honest, that movie there wasn't a whole lot going for it. So they kind of needed an ace in the hole, and she's the thing, So that's
It's a great
Mark,
story. It's a great
And it
story. Let's be
provided so
honest.
many people the opportunity to hate on a movie
and that
because
really is great marketing if you get when you get down to it.
there's also lots of people who go to see things not to enjoy it but to criticize.
And that's really common in culture as well, right? Like, Black Ariel, it got a lot of press, and did a lot to hype up a live action Disney movie, which probably would not get a lot of press otherwise. Um, do mermaids have to be white or black? Absolutely not. Like, I love the choice. I think that it was a fantastic choice, because the girl playing Ariel is gorgeous and she can sing great. So, um, I
That
mean.
was never like question. I mean,
No,
that
but
was what I
but
complained about.
right, but that's the thing, right? Like it like the representation of making sure that we have a red-headed Ariel and that she's like real pasty, and only wears a purple bra. That's like, come on. It's a Disney remake, a live-action remake. Like who even cares? Sorry to be so
I haven't
blunt,
really seen
but
any of them.
but who even cares? Because they're just rehashing old material anyway. They're not breaking the ground or anything. I don't have any special opinions about Disney, as you can see. Um,
Uh, uh,
and actually it's not against Disney. It's more just that I can't for the life of me understand why we're recycling IP that's like not that old, instead of coming up with
Okay,
new content, which is
because they
ever.
won't be able
right.
because they won't
Here's the
be able to in like 50 years.
here's a $1 billion pitch. You take Pixar movies and do it in 2D.
I mean, wow, I do like it a lot. Like.
Like it a
You
lot.
redo live action movies in animation.
Like, I would rather have them hand draw Wall-E. Yeah, absolutely. If that movie wasn't so rapey. Or
Oh,
yeah, I mean it is.
What?
Like the whole relationship he
and
has with
call Wall.
with Evie, Eve 8 or whatever her name is totally non-consensual.
Yeah.
And that's a little bit problematic for me. But if they're gonna do it in 2D, I guess I'd be okay with it.
Do better, Wally.
Do
Wally.
better, Wally. He doesn't know, and it is cute, until you find out she's sentient, and then you have a problem. Which they didn't really think that through, unfortunately.
Wally,
Yeah.
what's going on, Wally?
Um, so,
Get your head out of your
but
fucking dick, Wally.
yeah, there you go. I was just segueing, and it seemed to work, but it did not.
Sorry.
It's right. Also, Cars. I mean, I would love to see that two-dimensional tongue flap. As race car Steve or whatever the main character's name is wins the wins the race. Uh, he's called Race Car Steve. If anyone wants to look it up, it's an absolute fact.
Yeah,
It's an
makes sense.
absolute fact that he's called Race Car
Race
Steve.
Car
No one's
Steve.
disputing it.
I see. I didn't think you guys were, because we're all very honest and fact checkers on this show. We care very, very much about the Pixar empire. Uh, yeah, and Finding Nemo would be fun as a 2D simplified version. They're really good at like illustrators, or they were on that team. I'm sure they can get those illustrators back, or have them on the
Um,
team.
Steve Jobs, hugely influential in getting Pixar
Yeah,
picked up by Disney.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
uh, yeah. Definitely, that was.
Just as a fun tidbit of a stinky tidbit because he was a stinky person.
He was a very stinky person who did not like to wash
Very stinky
himself.
person.
Yeah, and
Stink different.
you want
Stink
to
different.
you want to talk about so he thought that he was a superior human being that did not smell. So what a real piece of shit. Also probably did not wipe because that if born
Well,
to
he
live
soaked his
forced to
feet
wipe.
in toilets, but I think he did wipe for sure.
Well, for sure though.
I think for sure. He didn't shower though. I mean, he didn't shower,
I'm
so
just I'm just guessing like how far did this
get him
go?
back there the way that you really got to. I mean, let's be honest. Like, you have to take a hands-on, um, approach every once in a while to make sure that you got like a clean bunghole.
I appreciate your use of the word hands-on in that sentence, actually.
I
Because
mean,
it wasn't
because that's the
one.
only way to.
It wasn't one, it was two. It was two.
I mean,
You have to apply both of your hands in order to get real clean.
if you're responsible, otherwise, you might be leaving, things on the vine back there.
Right, right.
To
Thing,
put it,
th
lightly.
leave
Um,
things on the vine.
but yeah, no, he was not taking showers for sure.
Absolutely, and again, I'm going to point out, and the other, I mean, it's exactly the same reason that he died of colon cancer is because he thought he was a superior being that could not have such common problems. The arrogance of this dude, uh, it blows my mind, and the people like worship this guy, and like I don't know if you like knew more about him, if it would change your mind, or if you would just be like, yeah, we need to deify the son of a bitch.
Well,
He thought he was a Palladian.
yeah, they worship the power that he was given by other people, and
Yeah,
for that,
yeah, fair. Like when people started being like, dang, yeah, we really should be doing that, is when they're like, yeah, I'm gonna show up and chill out. Hey, are you noticing the bottom of their boot there and near the sole? The yellow is leaking up a little bit. Oh, I thought you were already
oh
patching it
shit,
up. Yeah.
you
You're good.
you you are out 100% right. Yeah, 100%. So that's probably just from not zooming in at the end of the last stream.
Very likely. Yeah, I think that was kind of where we were finishing up, and we'd gone for 2 hours at that time too. Uh, Speaking of the last stream, if you guys are tuning in now and being like, "Wow, you did a lot of things off camera," it was on camera. It just never made it to YouTube. Um, the OBS said it was streaming, and I've had this. We lost an episode this morning too of us reviewing and animating. The same way, it says it was working. It was totally connected. It had the key and everything. Didn't ever get to YouTube. So you guys are catching this, yeah,
Whoa,
live now.
unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm running into some problems where it keeps resetting, but they're gonna be fixed. I'm not. I'm gonna keep double checking to make sure it happens. So we are streaming today and making that happen. So, but yeah, that's. I mean, we are making this progress, and this shirt's gonna be available pretty soon on coxinspace.com. As soon as we're finished with it tonight, I'm gonna start working on it as a design. Ooh, look at his fingers too. Right
I know.
in
That's
it.
why I'm
Cool,
looking for the
cool.
feather white right now.
Nice. Um, Yeah, so we're going to be having this. So you guys can get it on all sorts of merchandise. I'm going to put it up on Redbubble and put a link on Cox and Space so you can get it. I'm going to have it designed so you can get stickers and T-shirts and hats of the different parts of this design as you would like to. So guys, come check it out. All that money is going to go to supporting us as the artists so that we can continue working on Cox and Space more full time. So know that when you make a purchase for yourself, for your friends, you are supporting Cox and Space. And the more you wear it, the more you're spreading happiness across the universe. So
Happiness.
happiness, which is the great thing. At one point, I do want to get something that does say spreading happiness across the universe on a shirt, and maybe that will be another design that I work on tomorrow and tonight. So that they can have that. And I'm hoping, more than anything, I'm hoping that we can get those shirts banned from public schools, um, and private schools too. But just banned so that people won't
You can
say,
get them banned immediately.
yeah, like I want them to be like to see it and then hear people saying happiness and be like, oh no, we cannot have them say it in that way. Um,
No way.
no way, Jose, no way.
No way.
Um, and don't ever mention the names of those chickens in this classroom. Will be the other thing that I really want done. So there's going to be
Self-care is the only way to spread happiness across the universe.
yeah, exactly, right. And that's what it's going to read. And the people will be like, "Oh, ha, that's so funny." And then the kids are going to be pronouncing happiness like you should. I think it's the correct pronunciation. Uh,
Like you should. Like we told them to.
like they'll be like, I ain't gonna do what you told me. Punk kids spreading happiness.
Hey. Yeah.
Like I'm
I
about
mean, they will be. They will be like that.
mhm, exactly. And then that we at that point, guys, if you want to know my secret marketing plan, it's that I want white suburban moms across America to be very mad about these two chickens, um, and up in arms, so that they do all of our promotion for us, because really that's all I need. Aaron, I know you don't like people hating you, but how does that strike you as a marketing strategy?
I just care that there are people who love the show. I don't really care about the people who don't.
That's true. I mean, like you're always going to get haters, right? No matter what you do. You could
Hmm.
be the best
You
person on the
always
planet,
do.
Jesus, and still get yourself murdered. So
Jesus.
I'm saying just as a prime example of people who were the best people on the planet who, eventually got themselves killed because people didn't like that. Um, you know,
Whoa,
wow,
dude.
that's quite.
Okay.
Oh, I see what you did. Okay, I got you.
Put it on the outside. Let's take it down beneath 600. There we
Something
go.
like that. Yeah, beneath 600.
Something like that. I think that's like, yeah, we'll just leave it right there for now. And then we
If
gotta take it.
if we have a blue
Where's the?
if we have a blue circle
We got.
and it's got a blue circle on the outside, we've done the right thing. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed
We have to put a little bit. Yeah.
yeah, it's just supposed to
A little
reference it.
brighter.
Yeah, it's not a perfect imitation. Um, we
It
definitely
is a perfect imitation, actually. I perfectly imitated
you
it.
did actually perfectly imitate exactly
It's
Dos
it's
pollos
perfect.
hermanos, los pollos
Hey,
hermanos, dos pollos. Yes.
they kind of look like a peace sign. It's awesome.
Oh, they do actually. They're forming their own type of peace. Happiness.
A piece of chicken. Uh,
Happiness. Happiness across the
Happiness.
universe. Um,
Happiness.
so,
Yeah,
um,
no, I'm just gonna keep saying that
I
till
know, right?
you just ignore me.
Bros, happiness. We'll catch you
Happiness.
later. Happiness.
mm,
Um, so yeah, Aaron, I did get. I think I sent a message to you just to get you up to date that the show did. I just did the Jim Carrey thing that that I do almost by default, when I'm trying to get the audience to laugh and just keep their full attention. So the classic Jim Carrey thing, of course, not the number 23 onward type Jim Carrey. Uh,
Never, never
yeah.
number 23.
they're
Well,
sending an actor to be you or something or whatever that was.
was that?
Uh, people thought that
Oh,
there was going to be an event that Jim Carrey attended, but it didn't.
it
People
didn't.
didn't think
It
it looked
it
like
didn't
Jim
look like
Carrey.
Jim Carrey, and it turns out it wasn't. It was actually a makeup artist who was pretending to be Jim Carrey at Jim Carrey's behest. It's a funny bit. It's a really funny
Is
bit.
that
Yeah.
is that
He
for real
he yeah
or?
he yeah it was a French. He was in France. There was a movie premiere that was happening there. Jim Carrey was slated to come make an appearance. Um, and then someone who looked remarkably like Jim Carrey, but something was a little bit off about. And I saw the photos and I was like, "That's not Jim." Like Tracy showed me the picture,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Hey, look, Jim Carrey showed up in France." I was like, "That's not Jim Carrey." And she says, "Yeah, it is. This is the story that the people are saying it's not." And I'm like, "That's not," because I've seen his face a lot. Like I'm a huge fan. I've seen all
Are
of his
you
movies. I watched
sure?
him.
Are you like
Absolutely
is this
positive.
confirmed?
And then he also came out and he said, yeah, he was pulling an Andy Kaufman, because of course he was, so yeah, he had somebody else, and the makeup artist came forth too, and he's done a lot of like celebrity makeup, um, and like looking like somebody else.
I
Yeah,
did not hear this.
his work
How
is
did I?
his work is really great. Absolutely. Yeah. Once we get finished up here, Google it. We can pull it up, and you can confirm. But yeah, he did a really really good job. If you saw him on TikTok, you might believe it. But there's just something too uncanny about it that wasn't quite right. It looked like Jim had gone on a bender. Um, and he like but not only a bender recently, but like he had been drinking for several years before he showed up to that event because his face was far too puffy. And that's just I've seen him now. He has a very lean face because he's been living really healthy. And so yeah, like he doesn't look like that, although the guy did a really good job. No shade on the
I
artist.
thought it looked like Jim Carrey just had some plastic surgery. Like I was like, because people
Oh,
were like
okay.
freaking out
Oh,
about
so you haven't seen it? Okay.
how I had seen it and I thought, I mean, it looked like Jim Carrey with like like it was
Yeah,
like
exactly.
like some plastic
Yeah,
surgery.
well, then that was the other thing I knew about him is that he wouldn't do that. At least I don't believe he would do that. He's come to a very like Zen place with himself, and reality. So that like, and that's what one of the other thoughts, right? Like maybe he'd gotten surgery done, and that's how it could pass.
Right.
But yeah, I was like, that's not Jim. That's not the Jim that I know or know of.
Gotcha.
Um, so, but yeah, so it did turn out it was a makeup artist who had done it. But how do we get? Oh yeah, so yeah, exactly. I pulled my inner Jim Carrey where I sent somebody else to do the show. Aaron, that's exactly what I did. Uh, to circle your joke back around. Sorry for running over that.
No, because I'm glad that you guys educated me because I'm
Call
like
back and punchline at the
I
same time, bro. So
I'm
ooh,
glad that I know that now. Dude, look at how
oh yeah.
bad did I do the fucking feather shit?
Well, it looks like yeah, you were like coloring in, and then you're like, I'll get on the shading or whatever. So here we are on the shading. Um, yeah, no, just a la Ace Ventura, a la In Living Color. The Mask, Dumb and Dumber. Um, that's the era of Jim Carrey. I don't even intentionally do it. I just that I do a lot of body comedy, and I make my body go into unusual shapes and make unusual faces.
That is
Uh,
very Jim Carrey.
which is very Jim Carrey. Actually, we did World's Worst, and we had the World's Worst Chef, where I,
Uh,
I I played the chef as a dentist who was force feeding people their food, and about halfway through, I realized that I was playing Fire Marshal Bill. And I was like, weird. This is a weird character to be playing here. Do you see the corner of his arm too? There's a blue spot on that one.
oh
Just,
yeah, I'm
oh,
seeing all the blue spots
okay,
here.
cool,
I
cool.
gotta wait. The corner of his
Yeah,
arm.
look at no. So like, look at where his that whatever that trap muscle is on the back. Um, if you look, just move the canvas a hair to the left, you'll see it. And then down a little bit further, then to the right. It's underneath your brushes right now. It's on his arm, and then a little bit further down, just a hair down.
I'm gonna guess
Right
it's
there,
like
right
one of
there. So
these. Like,
it, and then it's right above the bulb also, and the bulb has some blue peeking through.
yeah, this bulb is like
Bulbous. But the show was really fun because, Aaron, as you know, I was like, oh, short form. short form. And then we both were like, but you can always play characters and do scenes in short form, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just play all these characters and scenes as long form, and just do the same thing that I do, which is just flip the Bach, the basics of human communication. And so every short form game that we played became a very interesting scene about people in a place. Yeah, I mean, of course it works. It's just my my thing with short form is the difference between watching burlesque and actually getting it on. It's like short form is like such a tease about the things that you want to do, and like long form is like let's get naked and get groovy. And
It's gonna
yeah,
be ooh.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like it's just like I'm just like, well, yeah, we got our chains jerked a little bit and it was fun. But that's the most you can say about short form. But that there is that. Flipping the question around to the beginning of the show, I guess pre-show green room. Aaron, have you ever been broken up with before?
Um, Broken up with?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, all
I've
right.
never. I've only had like one relationship, so
And she broke up with you? The
ye-
nicest person in all of reality?
I know that doesn't make any sense.
yeah. Well, we'd been seeing each other less and less, and like it just, I don't know, felt kind of like winding down,
Okay.
and
Sometimes people grow apart.
Well, and it was
yeah,
it was long distance, right? It
pretty
wasn't like you were
about
there.
half.
Say it again.
Uh, she was already like an hour and a half away from me,
Ah,
um,
that's a tough.
and got a
Ooh,
promotion at work. I
nice.
was
You got it.
working, and I had like my own problems I was dealing with at home, and
Right. Mental
yeah,
problems. Aaron actually, it turns out. Just kidding. We're just making it worse.
It takes a lot of strength to end a relationship amicably.
That's
yeah.
To
true.
fall into.
It was like I'm happy for the experience. It was a good relationship. It lasted 2 years. That's
That is, yeah, that really is. And you're still fond of the person and you're fond of the memories.
yeah.
So, that is a really healthy conclusion to one. As it can be. Yeah.
I wrote some great jokes during that relationship, and
And
it
they
was
they
No,
went
cool.
they went
It was
fantastic in
cool
your
to
set.
be to write my girlfriend jokes instead of I'm single jokes.
Right, right, yeah,
Um,
absolutely. I would say I have written some great poetry recently from the relationship that I was in. So I do appreciate that from it because I never really expected to write poetry and there I was and there I am. So um, yeah, so I'll give you that. Yeah, feeling things does make good art, so or interesting art
yep.
anyway, because it's the experience, right? Having experiences really does things like that. Um, so, so okay, so she broke up with you because it was winding down, and she's like, "Look, we just can't keep doing this. I don't have the time. I got promoted. It is just kind of the thing."
Got
yeah.
promoted. Damn, that's.
I
Uh,
mean, that wasn't really the fullness of it, but yeah.
okay.
There was
Sorry, pride, but
Practice opportunities. I mean, that's rough.
I'm trying to think if I've ever been broken up with. I
you
I
seem the
definitely
sort
have.
that would have just broken up with people rather than been broken up with.
Well, I generally I'm like, yeah, I'm done. So
Okay.
that's me. Like, there's only so much bullshit I can take before I'm like, meh, you know what? I'm cool. You go do your own
There's a
thing if you
lot of
want to.
people out there, and
Yeah.
there's not a lot of, like people that any one of us could live with. So.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Like, like it's a tough thing. It's a tough competition because whoever is with me has to be more fun than me being by myself. Um, and I mean that in all the senses. Like I really enjoy going to have dinner by myself, eating my food, and then leaving. Like I enjoy going out for a hike and just going to do what I want to. And then when I'm finished with it, I'm like check in with myself. Am I satisfied? Yeah, I'm satisfied. I'm gonna go. Now it's time to do that. Um, And like for me to get along with me is not difficult. For me to get along with other people sometimes can be. So, and that's partly on me for sure. Um, but also, yeah, it's like everybody's got stuff going on, right? So it could be difficult to be like, well, that's a you problem, and what do you want me what do you want me to do about it? You know, I don't know. So, um, so,
You problem.
well, so many partners expect you to be their everything, right? And
Yeah.
and and be the one that's finally gonna solve them or heal them or whatever. And I'm like, from a Zen point of view and like just a healthy psychology point of view, like I can't do that. Nobody can do that for you. The only person who can fix you or change you is you. So if you're expecting someone to be your all or anything like that, you're setting yourself up for failure. Um, to be quite honest, and as much as I want to be there for my partner and support them and like help them feel better to get through things, if you want to be depressed, in your instance, Jack, like I would definitely be the one who would have broken up with you too. Like, like, look, bro, you're always mad. You're always coming over here. You want me to be the light of your life, but you're a black hole. So what can I possibly give you in that state? Um, you know, um, there's only so many times you can fill the hole before you're like, meh.
Yeah, I mean, people need to be able to have their boundaries and have their limits and stuff, and it's something that a lot of people aren't ready or willing to accept. Especially, I feel like a lot of men. I feel like that's kind of where we're getting some of this like MRA nonsense now, where people think that people shouldn't be allowed to divorce, and
Oh my
people
God,
just can't deal with the idea that people
of
can change their
rejection.
mind or like meet their limit. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just
Well, that's so weird. I mean, like, well, but if you are the type of person who is, easy to get along with, who is kind, who brings joy to a situation, who's trying to solve the problems and not fight you, it's easy. It's actually easy to get along with those people, and they want you around more.
right.
But if you're the person who feels that other people need to take care of you and they have to do the stuff that you should be doing as an adult, whether it's emotions or clean up your own after your own messes or, being respectful to and hearing your partners and having conversations with them about tough issues, then yeah, of course it won't work because, you're putting the burden of being an adult on somebody else when it's your responsibility to be an adult.
Yeah,
And that's
definitely.
and I think that's something that like I have come to separately, and I expect that of other people. But a lot of other people they haven't been challenged in that way, or
Yeah.
they that's not the expectation. I think historically in America, men are expected to be taken care of by their wives. Which I just to me is craziness. Like I just can't believe that you would expect that kind of thing from another person to do your laundry and to wash your dishes. You know what I mean? Like, are you what?
Yeah.
Like what? Like you're how old? Like they're not your mom. You are not a child.
Yeah.
You know. Um, so yeah,
I'm getting a countertop dishwasher. I'm so excited.
that is awesome.
From
Have,
Facebook Marketplace. Because I hate dishes so much.
There you go. But you have discovered a solution of how to fix it, right? How you're going to deal with it, right? I thought you were making a sexist joke where you're like, I got a brand new dishwasher. She's coming from Thailand. Um,
Wow.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's where I was
My
like,
wife.
yeah, my wife. And I was like, whoa, Aaron, that's very inappropriate joke coming from you. I didn't think that you would ever say something like that. And of course, I was just projecting my own dark heart onto to your jokes. So, but yeah, no, like, yeah, right. To find a solution for things that you don't like, because not everybody likes to be clean and orderly in the same way, and that's fine. In the privacy of your own home, you're allowed to do whatever you want to. If you want to be a slob in the privacy of your own home, and you have an agreement with the slobby people that are around you that they're all okay with this, absolutely do it, right? But right, like if that's not a match, then that does become an issue. Not that I'm saying that's specifically an issue that's come up recently. That was just an example. Um,
you saying that I'm a mess? Are you saying that I'm
What I'm saying is, Jack, you and I will never get along because I have been in your bedroom and I'm like, look, oh
are you
man.
breaking up with me?
So since that's the case, no, but like I no, but I do have certain standards for myself that I have set up for myself, being like these are what make me feel like I'm capable. That my house doesn't make me feel crazy, because I feel like my thoughts are more in order. I know where to find stuff. That we don't have to deal with a bug problem, so there's reasons that like I've created habits, that immediately when I get up, I brush my teeth, I work out, I make coffee. Immediately after breakfast is done, I do all the dishes so that I'm ready to leave, and when I come back, the house is clean again. I forgot to mention make my bed, right? But these are habits and routines that I picked up that they're like, I'm an adult, I'm a successful person because I set out to do things, I decided to do things, and then I accomplish them. And that doesn't make me superior. I'm not saying that, but like for me, that brings comfort because like I come back and everything is ready to go again. I don't have to wash dishes before I make food because the dishes are already washed. They're just available to do it.
Yeah, I mean, some people can't look into the future and see those like outcomes and like plan their life accordingly or have the willpower to do it. And frankly, they probably need help like learning how to set those behavioral patterns for themselves.
Maybe I did.
It's
Yeah,
something.
I definitely did. I wasn't living as successfully in myself until I started doing that. And I wouldn't say that it's exactly because I'm making the bed that like I feel like more successful person. I make better choices, but they are related to it because like when I set out when I was like, well, I've decided that I want to live in such a way, and then I started doing that in such a way, is when I'm like, okay, cool, I can do the things I set my mind to. And then so
Right.
it just becomes, what else can I set my mind to and do? And so the more that you set little goals and you accomplish those goals, the more that you can have this like assurance that you are a person who's worth taking care of, and you are a person who's worth taking a shower, and it gets you out of like slumps of depression because you're like, well, like I might believe that I'm a piece of shit, but I got up today and I made my bed. You know what I mean? And when I came back, the bed was still made. So at least I've accomplished that. And so
Yeah.
it gives you more. And so, yeah, like,
Yeah.
and, being on the spectrum too, like that, it's really helpful to have little things like that to hold on to. Because it can be so easy to get lost in the flow of thought and the big overwhelming feelings of everything. So.
For sure. For sure.
But yeah, so that like for me, like it's necessary for me to kind of have a match in those ways, and I think for anybody, like you're trying to find somebody who moves at the same pace as you move, and so yeah, Aaron, somebody who either enjoys washing dishes or dislikes them as much as you, and you both agree to find a way to do it. That's a great match, right?
Yeah, yeah. Uh, if
Like,
I, I don't know that I've ever met anybody that specifically likes doing dishes. I've only met people who tolerate doing dishes
here's
because it has.
he,
My
he
roommate
here's the thing,
loves
yeah.
doing dishes.
Is it you talk about? Sorry, you said he.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
Ross.
yeah, that's what I was gonna guess. Yeah, I could see him being that. That's what I was gonna guess also. And actually, to be honest, I really do enjoy doing dishes. But only for this one reason is that and the same reason that I love doing a lot of things is that you come to a situation it's chaotic. There's dishes everywhere, and the kitchen is a mess. And then with a little bit of effort, you can get everything clean and organized again. And so you can turn that little bit of chaos into order. Um, and so for me, it's not about the dishes so much as it is the accomplishment of the task. Um, and I love accomplishing tasks. Like it's so fulfilling to me to accomplish tasks. That's why I continue to work on Cox and Space, the animation. That's why we show up to like do these episodes. Is because once you get a couple of those in, or a couple little tasks done, then you go, you know what? Like life was kind of meaningless, but I just gave it a little meaning, and now it's not meaningless. It has meaning that I'm doing these dishes, and they're now clean. So yeah, I don't say I would love the dishes. I don't love when other people leave me dishes. Um,
Okay.
but I do love. taking the disorder that I've made and then turning it back into order for sure. Uh, and more than intolerant. It is actually like I do get such a dopamine kick from it. It's the same as the workout that I get in. Like I don't love working out, but I do love the high that comes with it, and then the results you get from it. Like all of a sudden you'd be like, "Damn, son! Like I got some muscles." Like I can do more than I could previously. Um, for instance, you guys want to hear a fun story? Um,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you anyway. So we went and drove by. We were looking at houses. Just driving through Knoxville. My mom and I were just kind of looking at some like different neighborhoods and different houses. Because there's a lot of really interesting houses in Knoxville. Real pretty ones, real expensive ones, really like interesting places. Um, and we turned this corner, and she was like, "Hey, look at this one." And then we're like, "Oh, that's really cool. This is like this house from the 1920s, 1930s, not in great shape. There is things going on with it. But we got to take a look around, and I could see that there was a basement that you couldn't see into because all the windows were boarded up. But I was trying to figure out like how deep that basement was. So what I did was there was a broken window in the back. I didn't break it; it was already broken. But you had to get up to a certain. It was like above chest level, like it was like at eye level. And so I was like, man, I really want to see that basement. And so I was just like, I got to quickly get in there because it says, private property, no trespassing. It obviously wasn't our property, but I needed to see the basement. So I jumped through this little like panel, which if you saw it, it's really just one panel. But because I've been doing so much yoga and like being like doing the workout, I just like got into it really easy and then got into the house and then like got to do a quick tour of the house and then take a look in the basement to see like what it looked like and all this. Um, and that it's like that. Like I don't enjoy doing a workout necessarily, but I enjoy being able to do stuff like that. Um, cool. It looks like you're kind of done, huh?
Yeah, I think it's pretty much like done, especially in like the style that we had before.
Yep, yep.
With
I would agree. Um, Let me ask you this, only because I know that you like to do it, and it's not exactly in the style. Do you want to do any lighting effects on it? Because I know that's kind of one of your jams. It's kind of like a signature thing. Um,
are you talking about like on the suit?
I'm not sure exactly. Everything looks great to me. But since it is yours and you are it's going to be represented. I know that you like to do little things like that where you do both shadows and highlights. Is there anything else that you want to do?
I
A
mean,
little like
I
spice.
mean,
Okay.
I could put like a little bit on the suit just to make it look like reflective material, but I don't want to like. I'm afraid of like making it like look a little like too you know like doing too much
I
and
got you.
like having it be
Can
um
you, just for my sake, can you give us like a real close up on the from the crown, like from the tips of their combs, and then just scroll down real slow so we can take a look at everything. Um,
let me get the
Thank you. And that way we can just double check because obviously I'm not there. I'd be leaning right over your shoulder and looking at it. Um, cool, cool, cool. And Aaron, keep your eyes open too to see if you're missing anything that you want to. There's one line in the light bulb. Uh,
yeah.
if you could. Um, that's the first thing I noticed, though. I mean, that's the only thing I've noticed so far. Everything else is looking really, really good as far as the lighting, color,
Oh,
shadowing.
don't worry. Anything you notice, dude, you're not gonna punch me in the dick or piss me off
No,
or
no, no.
anything.
I'm not. I was just saying that, yeah. This is. I wanted to let you know that this is looking really, really good, and that's such a minor thing. Um, I really like that. And then if you could give me a little bit more scroll, thank you. And let's take a look there. Man,
Just a little bit.
Richard's thick though. Oh yeah, nice, nice eye. And then you see that
Richard's thick,
like
bro.
Pusey's thick, bro. Um,
Richard's thick,
he
bro.
he he got them cheeks. And then there's a little blue in that corner too, but slight. Yeah,
Yeah,
you see it.
it's
Okay.
right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
It's
actually nice as a highlight.
why is that going over the? Oh, because it's not the.
It's like shaded or whatever. Um,
This will do. Yeah,
yeah, that's all
because
right.
it's set to screen and
Nice, nice.
that's also what the
Um,
profile
oh, there's a
is.
weird shadow that's coming off of Peter's butt too. There's like a line of it. Do you
Oh, I
see it?
see.
Yeah, it's real tiny. That's I wouldn't even notice if we were in that close. Um, this is the look over that, somebody's gonna be wearing this on a shirt, and I want to make sure that as they're wearing it on a shirt, there's no little flaw that they just like, it stays on them. Thank you for getting
Yeah,
that.
and
Yeah.
it's not obvious. There'll always be
Yeah, little things
things.
that, a little bit for the art, like, for the style that's going to be that way. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But things that kind of pop out. Um,
There's no.
Sweet. No, I'm liking it. I'm really liking it. And just the feet's all we need to do. I'm just as far as look at. Oh, nice. So yeah, I was just checking out the house because I was curious to follow up on that story. It is a really fun house. It's probably gonna need a lot of work, but it is really. I was like, yeah, like if I was looking to buy a house today, that would be the one I'd be looking at. It's real fun. It's very pretty, super cute. Um, okay. Uh,
I think it's pretty good.
One
The
thing, if you could, the O in Dos Pollos, the purple tag is kind of
uh,
C-shaped versus if you scroll out and look at the one in Hermanos, that's kind of like perfect imitation. See how it's like
this one.
yeah, the O in Hermanos. So it's like kind of branched. Can you just chop the tail off on? So that's a perfect, though I think is like a perfect thing. You see how that's slightly different than that? Yeah, it is. I don't know why it's sitting weird on me for that one. I don't think
Let's
that.
just redo it.
I don't think
Let's
the
just let's
perfect.
we'll just redo it
Nice.
because I think so. You're saying it just needs to be more like less taily and more like
Yeah, because I think what it is it's taking over the shape where yeah, there you go. It's more like an accent. There you go. I like that. Yeah, this very much like that. And then
this one is a little taking over the
you're
shape
feeling
too.
yeah, you're feeling the same. Yeah, something like
It's
that.
like cut it off.
Even yeah, even just that. So it just hits that accent sense, which is nice. Um, cool. Yeah, I like those. I like that. Those are all looking good. Since this is our final go over, and I will be, um, can you, when you give this to me, I mean, you're gonna give me the whole file, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll be able to make the adjustments. I'm gonna do a couple of different things. I think I'm gonna do a sticker that has a transparent background. Everything's gonna be transparent on it. The yellow will be taken out, so people can pick whatever shirt color they want. But I can handle that. Um, I think we'll do some yellow stickers in that color too.
It's
Um,
just the background there.
yeah, you're good. This is me thinking out loud. And I want to do some like trucker hat designs that are just their faces. They're just their heads, but I'll crop those out myself. It might even be just a circle, everything within the circle. So that will be cool. And anyway, so guys, that's the kind of the merchandise that we'll be looking at. I'm happy. Aaron, you happy?
I'm happy.
Isn't
This
this a
looks
fantastic? Yeah, this is such a fantastic design. Jack, thank you so much for that, for
No, I
sharing this
love
thing.
I love making artwork. So thank you
Yeah.
for thinking of me.
Um, do you want to shout out your socials so that people can find you? So if they want you to do more fun artwork like this,
You guys can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Popasu. Um, and a lot of my other socials are there. But that's where I spend a lot of my time playing Rocket League. So you can
nice.
find me there and uh, message me and ask me to make artwork for you, and I will.
There you go. Also, guys, if that was too much for you to write down or to think about how to even find that, or you don't know what Twitch is, you can go to coxinspace.com. Go to our contacts link. Jack Haynes is our illustrator. All his links are right there. So you can just click on him. You can go to the location of any of the things that he has set up, his Instagram, his Twitch, and you can get in contact with him there. You can also reach out to us at Cox in Space and get that information. And we can pass that on to Jack to get that work for him because we're happy to do that for sure for our friend here. If you want to check out Cox in Space, of course, coxinspace.com is the place to do that to get the update of the merchandise and the upcoming show that's coming in. I'm Skip Marazzi. You can check me out, wigwags.us, in most things. And on YouTube, of course, at Wigwags for the things that we're doing up there. And we're here with Aaron Cosville, who is the professor of comedy. So you can check him out at professorofcomedy.com and also on the socials. I think you have your contacts up there too, don't you, Aaron?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, yeah, real easy. Find him at professorofcomedy.com. He does stand up throughout the Midwest and is fantastic. So if you haven't checked him out recently, you definitely should. And then always stay tuned for Cox in Space, more Cox in Space updates because they're coming. How do you speak? How do words work? They come hot and they come fast. That's what I'm trying to say. Just like these words are not arriving, they are coming heavy and soft, cold, cold. I don't know how to. It's like a corpse being dropped out of the sky. That's how my words are dropping right now. We do really appreciate you, Jack, being here, and we will catch you guys all.
Heavy and soft.
Yeah, heavy and soft, bro. Dropping this episode heavy and soft. Bye.